Friends, friends, friends. I feel like, you know what's crazy? Happy Tuesday, which feels like Monday because we had a long weekend. But listen, come into the room. I feel like would y'all believe that when I, back in the day, had like corporate girly lifestyle, I kept my nails done, y'all. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I just wish that it's just so I can't do the chemicals, y'all. I'm not gonna hate on nobody. Do what you do. For me, it's too much chemicals and stuff going on. Did I enjoy the aesthetic? Yes. You know what I used to do? I used to let my nails grow out. The ASMR made me think about it. Okay. It's always gonna be like, what's the ADHD spiral for today while she gets her shit together? What's it gonna be today? Guys, listen. I was like, we gotta walk hand in hand through the week. I say that and then like I get sidetracked. Life do be lifing, okay? Astrology in a nutshell, 2025. Nah. How are you guys? Listen, happy Tuesday that feels like Monday. It really does. It's kind of weird. I don't even know like what I was thinking this today because I was mentioning this to someone, but like what even day feels like a day that is supposed to be anyway this whole year? I don't know. It's just like as the year progress, get in there. I know. Get some Palo Santo, I know. I know we need like so much smudge for the Listen. Let me put all this aside and say Spirit is saying off the top, just because of the propaganda chatters that be rampant, okay? Please do not get lost in the propaganda timelines. I need you to understand. I need you love and light, okay? Love and wake the fuck up and light. Please do not get caught up. It is do or motherfucking die. Oh no. Oh shit, they're all waking up. Whoa, we never thought that the convergence was really going to pop off. It is madly that time. You know what I'm saying? Please, I need you to hear me. Or hey, listen, if you don't, what will happen is ultimately that vibrational tier frequency is going to drag you down. It's really going to drag you down. Now, there are a lot of ways that Saturn is swinging back into Pisces, right? Hello, knock, knock. What am I hearing, y'all? Knock on the ceiling if you want. Oh, knock 3 times. Shout out, I know. Listen, I was raised in the Bible Belt South, y'all. But listen, I had family, suffice it to say, not by blood, like through marriage, my parents and whatnot, step parents, etc. Y'all, I had Yankee family. Okay, I love y'all so much. I had Northern family, aunties, and stuff like that. And look, your girl, I really didn't hear, like, I remember I heard, like, Bruce Springsteen from them. I heard, like, Billy Joel. Look, the list could go on. Frank Sinatra. What we're doing? Channeling that song, which always makes me think of, shout out to anyone who knows, works with kids, has kids, etc., etc. Daniel Tiger energy of grown-ups. I'm sorry. Come back. Listen, and love and light. Okay, I get it. It's this coming back around type energy. I always think of when I hear that. Not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. What is it, y'all? Twice on the pipes if the answer. I'm laughing, but listen, my friend said, hold on, where's Neptune? Okay, child, no, Saturn is back in Pisces though. Don't even tell me, because look, we've been talking about this. All right, listen. Funny that I talk about music that I heard from my quote unquote Yankee. Look, I'm playing with y'all. Y'all know I loved it. I had such a diverse experience growing up. I ain't even gonna lie. So we can do it like you guys, or we can do it like from the Bible Belt. We can go either way, because like all of that was a part of my childhood. Funny anecdotal moment. Imagine growing up in the Bible Belt, South Carolina, and then you travel up north periodically and go to like Rhode Island, because there was some family dispersed up there. It was mostly New York, New Jersey type areas that we would go visit. Excuse me, but there was one or two trips. It's like some great grandpas, some great grands, whatever. And when I tell you, shout out if you're in the New England area, I love y'all. But it's like being in the first time I was ever in Boston. Dead ass, you're like, what? I don't know what they're saying. You don't know what they're saying. Now, Spirit is showing me like when you hold a cup up to the door and you're trying to listen, which makes me think of how we keep channeling B in that song, Listen. I think the point is that there's distortion. People are going to come back, but ideally, if you don't understand what they're saying, and this makes you think of Saturn and Pisces, we kept saying, as we dip back into these Pisces timelines to close out this year, we are in a predominant Piscean-filled, not dominated, ruled, that's a better word, eclipse portal. We're already in the eclipse portal. We are going to work our way down until Saturday, right? The Saturday's the 7th. I'm hearing, hold on, I'm coming. Is that Sunday? But yeah, we're working up towards that lunar eclipse in Pisces. So yeah. Why am I seeing that meme, where what's his name is on the screen, may he rest in peace, talking about, well, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm talking about? It's this vibe. When I stitch all together these bits and pieces that I'm channeling, that, spirits will just be flashing stuff at us. Woo! Uranus and Gemini is just whew, Pluto and Aquarius, all these air trines still going on. Saturn now is tapping in and bringing in Pisces. Why does that feel like saying, what is it? Is it conjunction? Hold on, y'all, because now I need to know. It's like Saturn brought Pisces back into what are y'all doing? And all the air signs. Remember how we were channeling? Was it a full moon or a new moon? We were like, all the air signs are at the table. Hold on, y'all. Yes, okay. Pluto trine Uranus. We know that. And then that's where the Gemini and the Aquarius energy is meeting. Okay. Yeah, so Saturn comes into the room via conjunction, I think. Correct me if you see it differently or if I'm wrong. But it is interesting to say the least. Because mind you, Virgo energy on the other side, steady holding down court. You know what I mean? So, and now Mercury we have at 0 degrees. So big moves today is that Mercury is going into Virgo. We love to see it. Yes, we do. Because Saturn said, hey, you guys, I think, listen, hold on. Yeah, hey, air signs, can we enter the chat? And Saturn's big boss daddy gateholder, right? So he's like, come on, Pisces energy. We need to come on back. Remember how I was saying we're going to be dipped down? It's like going under a waterfall, rebaptizing, so to speak. No, I'm not religious. Get with me on a spiritual metaphor here, right? Okay, so when we rebaptize, it's like, that's where I'm hearing like I'm seeing, okay, get with me. Spirit is showing me. It's like you come up for air. Oh my gosh. It's that juxtaposition between the timelines. And I will say, and look, it's about acceptance and wisdom. Okay. What vibe switched? I was cleaning earlier and I had this like classical music on. I don't know. What were we doing? Like elevator grocery store? It's funny that I'm seeing, because now I see with this music, it's like the elevator trying to move between floors, but it's a and like, hey, hey, listen, hey, Saturn, you know what? I know that you're bringing Pisces back to the table. I've been on this elevator and I just, when you hit the elevator button, I'm seeing real hard, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to 15. Yeah, I want to get off, but you're stuck between the floors, and Saturn just with Pisces awkwardly. Oh, hey, Pisces. Pisces like, hi. Someone is talking to you. It's like through the water. And then you go down and they're like, what was it? Charlie Brown's teacher, and you're like, I don't know what they're saying. And then you come back up from air. I feel that there will be a purpose to this in eclipse portal season so that you can understand the vibrational frequency that you're attuned to. And what were we, I've been channeling and finishing up these readings that I offered at this Summerween event. Anyway, we did these jack-o'-lantern spreads, and I was teaching people as we transitioned from Leo to Virgo season. I was talking about the luminary, and the whole point of the spread was that it started with an obstacle in the middle. So I've been talking for 2 weeks to people about obstacles and what they teach you. And Spirit is using this analogy of, Saturn, 29 degrees of Pisces. Hello. Please know that we have been swinging back to this energy for some time now. We do still have lots of zeros, ones, and twos across the board. But right now, what I think is very interesting is there's so many combinations, snapshot of the chart right now, that equal 9. There's also some 11 energy out there too, which gives me gateway, which connects me to Aquarian frequency, trying to get you to see some energy in a different way. But yeah, 9 energy, 18 degrees, 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 degrees on Venus. What's another example? Wow, that's so crazy. Sorry, 18 degrees on the North Node, which 8 plus 1 equals 9. So, what do we say? We have that 0, 1, 2 degree energy of where we are opening all the new paths. But now it's very interesting that we're dipping back into a 9 degree, a 9 energy. In the tarot, we always teach that the 9s are reflective moments, right? In each suit. You're being asked to pause. And when we pause, we always give thanks. Okay, it's very important. Thank you so much for being one hell of a fucking teacher. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be saying, thank you. I'm so glad I went through this because now I can be here. Or, wow, I'm thankful we all made it through this together. We all have different storylines, right? That's because we divinely incarnated with lots of different contracts and work to complete for the collective, right? For the collective alchemy. So, could be playing out in a lot of different ways, but I thought we really need to tap in with each other. It is not going to get any less intense, surprising, shocking. Please, Spirit is just reiterating to you so powerfully strong right now. Please return to the light within yourself. Please understand your frequency. There's such a war for... It's an energetic, maybe some, love to use the word spiritual warfare, but how can we get the last of that currency of their energy and their focus? And we got to figure out, they've got to go back down to shame, fear, and guilt and blame, you know what I'm saying? So it's a looping. I'm just saying, and now we're in eclipse season. So just, please be divinely sovereign in your energetic frequency while you're kind of going through the twists and the turns. And even I would say defer back to, because now that I look at the 9s, the 1s, the 2s, the 0s, I also see lots of 8s, which is very fascinating. And understand, when I see double digits like 26, 6 plus 2 equals 8, right? And then I see another 8, and then I see 17, 7 plus 1 is 8. So it's interesting. 8 energy immediately takes me back to last year's portals, the year of 8. A lot of dragon, lion, fiery strength card. Remember, there were so many seeds. Now, every time I say that, I think of remember the month of September. Remember, Spirit kept channeling that? What? It's so important for you to choose your frequency. It's so important for you to learn how to release and detach from things that want to trigger an emotional response to get an energetic feed from you. It's so important to do your best not to practice chasing, turn within to stillness, understand the power of the sun in Virgo, but also a year that's ruled by 9 energy and Virgo energy. Okay, get with me. We were just now talking about 9s. Because, child, when I tell you we got a North Node in Pisces, that's beautiful. It's at an 18-degree point, too, which equals 9. I digress, you know what I'm saying? But you are connected to the divine oneness of Source at all times, and you're a divinely sovereign being, and you embody a signature, a frequency, an energetic, a stellar gateway. You embody so many things. Remember in the 8th year, I'm going to return to it one more time, but I just want to remind you. A lot of seeds. We had that total solar eclipse in Aries. And at that moment, it was like Aries this, Aries that. We had all that Aries, many, many seeds planted. And if there were already seeds that you were born like divinely encoded within your blueprint DNA, I'm seeing indigo, I'm seeing Sirius, I'm seeing lots of different starseed codings. You could have also gotten like I'm seeing like an electromagnetic, and a lot of those seeds, maybe they were even laying dormant in that dormant DNA we like to talk about. Uranus and Gemini is a huge signature for shifts in DNA. Pluto and Aquarius is very plasmic, which, I'm a nerd out on you. Plasma in your blood, but then plasma in other forms. Plasma in the sun. Friend, don't get me started. The whole point of bringing that up is to remind you that a lot of seeds were planted, and then a lot of those were revived and woken. Spirit is showing me like, what? Like a sleeper cell, right? So okay, I got you. Like a spy has something planted as a sleeper code or something, and then boom, they had that moment, and it's go time. Some of our crystalline and plasmic frequencies in our DNA work that way. But Saturn is going to take us back into those Piscean waters. Okay. But we do have Mercury, at 0 degrees in Virgo today. That's a really good placement. It's really going to help you ground the thoughts in that you want to embody, purify, discern, use wisdom, and cut out what is not in service of your highest and best good. But I can't, y'all, I cannot stress to you that it's so important that you use your wise discernment. And if there's any doubt or hesitation, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what is so important right now. Just put your phone down. Okay, I love you so much. Same for me. We don't preach no choir over here. We doing it together. So we need to do a lot of reassessment. My friend in astrology was talking in a lesson, just talking to about, everybody's, so glad Mercury's out of retrograde. But dude, we have so many planets. The retrograde energy, friend, get with me, is so much bigger than Mercury, honey. You know what I'm saying? Reassess obligations, duties, material possessions. What is the dream? What is the vision? Is this what I want to live out for the rest of my life? What are people really saying to me? It's crazy because there's a buzz in frequency. And I know that people have a lot of air sign energy. They talk about talking. Okay, but sometimes I need you to trust your instinct and intuition on how the frequency feels. Unexpected, to say the least, Spirit is saying. So it's really about choosing your realignment, evaluating your attachments, and just wisdom and discernment. I mean, what can I say? How can I keep saying it? Just because a lot of shit's going to be popping off. There's really not. I'm searching for like a spiritual, super nice way to say that, to articulate it differently. It's not. And more it will be exposed in the, excuse me, in the eclipse portal. Because think about the harvest, not the throat chakra. Playing games. We about to smudge again. Think about the nature of harvest season. You know what I mean? If you're not claiming your divine harvest in whatever form, child, I know you better understand somebody else going to feed it. Somebody else going to feed off of it, I meant to say, and eat it. Okay? And that's what it is. In very literal and disturbing ways, but in very metaphorical, spiritual realm ways as well. So I know you better claim it. Okay? Because it's like... harvest energy just sitting out there for grabs, and you got to claim your divine sovereignty on that. I will reiterate and remind that Saturn finished 29 and a half years, a complete orbit, restarted a brand new orbit this year. Kind of a big fucking deal. Now Saturn has swung back into that Piscean territory. I think it's interesting too that, what was it? Jupiter in Cancer is actually in the same territory degree-wise that Mars in Cancer was having retrograde. That is coming through for some reason. Maybe that's significant for someone. Where were you at? Who were you talking to? What was going on, coming up, being purged, being felt, being sensed when Mars was in retrograde? Hold on. I feel like somebody's going to be like, when was that again? I know, me too. Hold on. Because it was such a... Ooh. What was the time frame? It was from December 6th of 2024 on into February 23rd of 2025. Started in Leo, continued in Cancer, right? Okay. So Mars not going to retrograde again until 2027. Remember, we talked about at that time, it's not as common as some of the other signs. So going back to, I think that's kind of another interesting thing to think about when I look at this chart. That's one of our 9 numerological energies as well. So interesting. Super Virgo. It's almost like hold on to the embodiment. Hold on to the frequency. It's like, what's that song? Oh, hold the line. Was that last year? There was a year where that song kept coming through on loop. Was it the Cancerian year? 2023, the 7 year? Kept channeling that song on loop. Hold the line. Burr, 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 burr. Loving it all in time. Whoa, whoa. Is it Toto? I always mess up that group name, but ooh, they had some songs in the day. All right, listen. Yes, we did crack out the Seasons of the Witch, Mabon Oracle. You know we love our Seasons of the Witch over here. As soon as the friend, you already know, as soon as the first crispy leaves was falling down, it's been very interesting. Weather patterns, very different. Of course, hello, Uranus and Gemini again. Interesting weather patterns as to be expected. Here in the southeast has been a lot cooler. I mean, we've had our warm days, but even the summer was like way milder. I think we only had like one real serious heat snap, which is weird for us. I know, right? Shit. But yeah, it's cool here. If you're out in the sun, it's pretty warm. But then if we get some cloud cover in the evening time, it's a lot cooler than we really are used to it being in September. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. She just came right on out there. So I do get itching to pull out of this deck. And I thought, why not get into it? It's interesting because this came out this morning. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about. Don't play. Don't play with us. Is that a 9? 8 plus what equals 1? It equals 9. 8 plus 1 equals 9. Correct. Be still the whispers that ebb and flow through the silence. I'm hearing, what is it? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on, I'm looking it up. The sound of silence. Excuse me. Wow. Let's read the lyrics really quick though. That's what I was called to do. But it was, this thing popped up where someone was explaining what he was saying the song meant. Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision was planted in my brain, still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams, I walked alone at narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of the street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. Dun, 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 dun. So anyway, this is kind of interesting because I was talking about in the initial thing is you're getting dunked down. This is the split between stretching out before we pop all back together. Salve coagula, Zion, the sword, these things that have been coming through. Stretch, you know what I'm saying? Obstacles, strengthening. This makes me think about how when I was taking a biology course this summer, you're talking about, and you know, we love to lift our weights over here, friend. Yeah. What happens? Yep. We got to press the muscle, painful for the muscle, breaks it down to build it back stronger again. So we are being stretched and pressed and pulled, but dunking under back into that Pisces energy and coming back up again, right? Because Saturn's like, I am really excited for us to go forward. 2026. I really, honestly, just evaluating the energy, and other astrologers have commented on this. Look, I ain't even gonna fucking lie to you, okay? In the next decade, so much is gonna change so fast. I'm gonna really need you to tighten and lock it in on the inside, okay? This is why we have to go. Baptize, I can hear everybody. No, I can't. I'm underwater. Now I'm blind. The darkness, right? What do you mean it's flooding again? What the fuck? I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm channeling that. I mean, but the Piscean energy, as far as it comes to weather and astrology, can definitely go ahead and just, you know, love and light. Hey, Gaia and the sun, they have spirits and souls and energetic frequencies as well. They're going through all of this with us. So definitely weather patterns. I can't believe it's flooding again. Is that what I said? Shit. Okay, love and light. I was like, hold my beer. No. Okay, let me bring it back. That's interesting. I'm saying hold my beer because sometimes shadow Piscean energy, shadow Neptune, shadow Piscean is that people are not able to cope. Maybe some are struggling with returning to old addictions, old ways of kind of spiritual bypassing, old ways of sticking their head in the sand. Ghost whisperer. I'm hearing something that's like someone who you felt like was a ghost to you is kind of coming back, and, you know, it's like that pss, 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 in your ear. I'm sorry, in your ear. Let's read the book before we get into it. But look at, we got mushroom energy. That could be pomegranate moths. You guys saw the Luna moth that I shared? Did I put her up here? I know I shared her on my business page and my Instagram. She came and visited. So she landed. See the moth energy? That was the, I have one tiny little glyph tattoo that I got a long, long time ago. But then getting back into the tattoo world, I got this after my brother passed away. So interesting. That was the fall of 2020, October. So maybe that time frame is relevant. Child, I know it's relevant for all of us because, shoo. Then we've got, you know, look, we've got snake energy here, of course. Year of the wood snake. Yeah, there's a lot. Look, there's our scythe. We keep talking about separating the wheat from the chaff. I'm getting like, does it say spirits and wisdom? I'm getting like a Lilith. I heard Lady Lilith, Lilitu. Okay, look, we know her. We know her over here. You know, Mother Hecate, you know, Aresh Kagal. There's so many. Dark divine feminine energy is really what I'm tapping into here. I'm hearing a reckoning. I'm hearing recompense. I don't use that word, but I like it. Recompense. To give or pay compensation for lost, damaged services, make amends. Hello, can we say karma? For example, a company might recompense customers for a software outage, or someone might seek recompense for emotional pain they have caused. Child, when I'm telling you, Saturn coming around to collect. Okay, let's read Ghost Whisperer card together. But Spirit is saying what your job is to stay grounded in the energetic frequency you've been called to embody. Be wise and discerning. Don't be afraid. Some seeing scissors. Again, the scythe. Separate that wheat from the chaff. I know you better. Or else what you're going to do is going to cause all your fruit to die. Then when you go to try to put it up correctly, you won't be able to. Excuse me. Like not properly cutting the corn. And either that'll cost you your seeds for, ooh, shit. That will cost you your seeds for the next season, I'm hearing. You got to cut it. You got to cut it down right. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Messages, warnings, and guidance. Child, the ancestors, they said, we ready. The ancestors are very strong. Your higher self chose this card because it represents the receipt of messages. Ooh, not somebody talking about knock 3 times on the seat, a message, an email, an unexpected. We're in that territory. Weird shit, okay? What's his name? Theo, what's his name? Uranus is retrograde today, isn't it? Oh, shoot. I know I was focused on Saturn going into Pisces. Yo, hold on. All right, so listen up. Uranus will retrograde September 6th. We will slow down and begin to focus on our mental and communicative patterns. Internal revolution. Thank you so much. That's why Virgo has been working with us on our lanterns all year long. That's why Venus and Leo, I think, was talking so loud. Then that's going to prepare us for, in November territory, Uranus will dip back into that Taurus. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? These planets out of bounds, outside and beyond Saturn, but Saturn's even included. They're taking you back around and saying, I know damn well you better. You better. I don't know what that's from this time. You better. What is it? You better work. You better, sir. You better. That's how I'm hearing it. You gotta. We gotta decide. Okay? And then we have to embody and act accordingly. Now, let me tell you something. Listen. No, let me tell you something. That doesn't mean immediately tomorrow you go act real chaotic, running around, you know, with a half-cocked plan. That ain't no Virgo. That ain't no Virgo. That's not Mercury in Virgo. That's not the energy. The energy is like, I peeped the game. Oh, I see. And then I dare say, based on all the energy that I've been tapped into and reading, the vibe is sit back and chill. Take notes. This is giving the energy of Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio talking about put up a nanny cam. Watch what people do. Does it match what they say? Take notes. Start planning accordingly. Because next year, friend, when I tell you, next year is when the moves are going to be popping. And it's going to be like, okay, it's time to go here. And execute. And it's almost like you come up to the springtime gateway and they say, oh, you didn't cut your seeds right? Step back. Oh, you didn't make a plan? Step back. This is what I'm tapped into. And then throughout the summer, we will work, right? And then what's really going to pop off is like next fall, next winter. And that's going to be like, because I wanted you to land just right here like that. And then in 2027, that's really when I feel, based on the astrology and the energy and the people that I'm connected with, that's when I feel it's really going to be hitting. You know what I'm saying? So now's the time to say, that's suspicious. You know, what is it, y'all? That's suspicious. That's weird. It's giving. That's weird, right? You know what I'm talking about? Sit back and chill. It's not about jumping around, popping up in the spotlight. It's not about doing all that. It's about, I know who the fuck I am. I know. I don't think they know. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they do. But I know. And now's the time for me to make a well-executed plan, moving in silence, understanding, oh, the sound of silence, okay. Oh, I've reassessed some things. Oh, I've been reflecting. Y'all, I swear, it's giving so heavily. Christina! Oh, Christina's not here. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go back. Your higher self chose this card. Let me move this without actually turning the whole camera feed off, y'all. I like when we can see the card. There we go. All right, y'all. Your higher self chose this card because it represents the receipt of messages, especially those that came from someone in your past. Spirit is saying message might not just be straight in words either. Do you know what I'm saying? It's giving that energy of like, what wasn't said everything. Or maybe they didn't say something directly to you, but what they said and what they did not match, and it said everything. You get what I'm saying? Just get with me on that, okay? You may have had a chance to find closure or reconnect with someone who has once been very meaningful to you. And this could be even an old boss. Oh, somebody comes up, can you work for me again? And you had put in your notice years ago and you told them what was up and it wasn't even a good, like, are you really? Okay, it could be, again, you know, it's a lot. Jupiter in Cancer. We referred back to that degree marker point of Mars in Cancer. Could be family things. I don't know. I know that you better know who the fuck you are. Hello, divine sovereignty. We are integrating change over here. We are mentally focused. Okay, we're paying attention. When we dip back into not only this Piscean territory, but Uranus goes back into November, into Taurus energy, we gonna see some things again. I know we better be secure. We better be prepared to be wise and discerning and slicing and dicing and scything correctly. Liquidation might, I don't know, family, might be the name of the game. You know what I mean? Liquidating assets in more ways than one, if you feel me. Okay? Perhaps an ex or an old flame will enter your mind recently or attempt to reach out. Or you may consider reaching out to them. Now, I could even see plot twists in this Uranus retrograde, very unexpected energy. You know, that's like somebody, I just wrote this mantra down, you guys, in my journal. I am open to receive miracles. I am open to receive them from the most unexpected sources. Okay? Hey, the universe will always provide what you need, exactly what you need, when you need it, and the exact amount you need at the exact time, and what is in service for your highest and best good. If you can declare that and be open to receive help, to be open to move, to be open to plan, observe, and just, hey, watch what happens, I'm telling you. Because I could also see this for some, but you know, you got to be mindful. Don't, I love you so much. Let's not play ourselves. But for some, I could see like, whoa, I never thought so-and-so would help me, move my stuff. Or, wow, so-and-so was like, yeah, I know a guy, I can help you sell that. And then boom, you know, help from unexpected places is all I'm saying. Okay. A simple conversation, small talk, something might open your eyes to a clever solution to a problem that's been plaguing you. Also, I'm hearing ask your ancestors. Now listen, me specifically, hey, come here. Me specifically, I like to clarify ancestors who are always working to be of service in the highest and best good. And I leave it there. Look, I'm going to let them, they move how they move. We serve in the highest and best good out here. You may or may not clarify that, but I'm just tossing it out. I'm just trying to look out, okay? Simple conversation, even just small talk, you may be able to open your eyes to clever solutions to problems that have plagued you. A person may become a permanent fixture in your life. Okay, that's if it's paired with a different card. Let's get by that. But maybe that's a message for some. Should this card fall from the deck in reverse? What? So listen, I'm still going to read this though, because I always like to have an awareness of what your ancestors or the spirit guides in this card may be giving you as a warning, just as awareness. You don't have to fixate on it and then do like some crazy negative thinking reverse manifestation. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, but listen, we like to understand shadow energy and be aware of what is cautioned, okay? Should this card fall from the deck in reverse, it may bring a critical warning. Someone from your past means you harm. They may be spreading malicious gossip. They may be throwing you under the bus, or they're just simply looking for ways to use you or keep you down. Their behavior may make you uncomfortable. Pay attention. Know that this, though, is more about them, not you. And it's about their hurt and pain. They are the ghosts who are trapped in the own version of They are the ghosts who are trapped in their own versions of limbo, and it's not you. Ooh, have you ever heard of destiny swapping? Okay. Wish them well. Y'all, why is this? Probably just because everybody's talking about Cardi. Okay. What was that clip, that reel, that audio that was so... no, we need to say, I wish them well. I wish them well. Burn in you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, listen. Wish them well and defend yourself when necessary, but do not let them succeed in bringing you down to their level. This matches, too, because of how I was talking about propaganda. It's a all dead out sprint. It's a panic. From now on until 2027, I'm telling you, the shits that owe karma to the black Saturnian matrix inverted box and the black man, it's time to collect. It's time to collect. Pluto and Aquarius, y'all, please rest assured and know, always in service of the highest and best good and the law of one over here in divine sovereignty. Pluto and Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, ain't missing ne'er a person who owe in debts. I'm trying to tell you. Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio till the end of the year. Sit back. Embody that tight, planned, calculative, I'm calling on my dark mothers, the vibrational frequency of that which protects me, that comes from the ancestors of all my grandmothers and their grandmothers as well. That's what it's giving. I feel like September. Yeah, I mean, yes, we need to do what we need to do. Let's do our research. Let's make our plans. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know I'm moving to this career field. Yeah, we love some good Virgo planning and, let's take care of ourselves. I'm still going to make some delicious. I'm getting ready to prep to do my fall preview. Y'all, pumpkin still is going to be spicing. Abundance pots will be simmering. I've already made my first early visit to the apple orchard. We're going to be powdering the thing. We're going to do the things. But I'm telling you, though, sit back and be mindful. Be wise. Listen. Don't be pulled up out of yourself. It's not the time. Being reactive in general, let us say. Spirit is saying, don't do that. If ever, oh, ever, always there was, the Wizard of Oz is one, because if ever, oh, ever, that's what I'm hearing. If there was a time that you said, bitch, I know I ain't been I know I ain't been learning my 4 motherfucking agreements and meditation and going into my shamanic place and being grounded and having an open... I ain't been doing all this for this is the time you've been doing it for. I'm trying to tell you right now. Okay? All right. Listen. What does this say? Wish them well. Defend yourself when necessary. Okay? You don't even have to do the most. But don't let them succeed in bringing you down to their level. Absolutely. If pulled with the crow, card 11, that's interesting. We were talking about 11 energy. If pulled with the crow, a more offensive approach is needed, so be prepared to fight for what's yours. Okay, well, I mean, we didn't pull the crow, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. I feel like I want to pull another card from this oracle, too. Not us talking about ancestors. They said, hey, we here. You heard us correctly. Look at that big, delicious full moon. These next two coming full moons, woo, back to back. These lunar cycles, I'm telling you, the ones that have opened up in this eclipse portal, the ones are lunar cycles walking us in with this Virgo energy, man. I know you better get your ancestors out on the altar. And some people, listen, your ancestors are walking in your DNA, your blood, your bones, your breath every single day. You are their altar ultimately. So don't sweat, but hear me out. If you got their picture, if you got, so like, I would already be putting this stuff out because, honey, tobacco, do you have tobacco? I mean, offer your ancestors and your, do as you will according to your intuition, right? I know you see it. Feed your ancestors, raise the sacred smoke to them, for they are hungry to connect. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, let's read this one. Because it's going to be stuck in my head all day. We ain't off to see no wizard, I'm about to tell you right now. I know they wish we were. Purification, connecting to spirits or ancestors, respect. This is that type of energy where you just, I'm going to go see my ancestors about it. I'm going to go see the goddess about it. I'm going to go see the earth and the moon about it. I ain't even trying to talk to everybody about it. I said what I needed to say. That's all right. Right? There's endings to excessive debt. I don't know why that's coming through. And a lot of things are going to shift and break through. But it's very much hold the line. So not always on time. Be patient. Why is it coming through? Be our guest. Be our guest. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, I'm feeling some kind of warbly Disney vibe. Anyway, we'll leave that alone. That could be just a different collective energy I'm tapped into about karmic debt. But honey, be our guest. Is it put our magic to the test? It feels like people are meeting at a lot of dark tables because they're really, really desperate and they're hungry. And I'm seeing people like serving a bunch of stuff, but it's not food, but it's supposed to look like food. You know what? I don't want to channel that whole... Anyway, hold tight. We're beloved and well protected. Don't worry. I'm just... energy is wild out there, okay? Your higher self. Okay, look, I love this theme. Yes. Your higher self chose this card because it's a request from the ancestors or spirits with whom you are most comfortable to approach them, and the people in your life with more respect and humility. Offering tobacco is spirit was giving me something, but I couldn't articulate it. It's like this whole, when you're humble no matter what, and you're grateful no matter what, and you just sit back and you learn how to be real zen and real fucking chill, and you don't really stress nothing. You know what I mean? And that's even when you're like, I know these people about to get yanked the fuck up. That's okay. And be still talking about, I hope you heal. Be blessed. I hope you do, even if it's over there, right? As their chair. I saw someone get like they were sitting at your table 1 second, boom, their chairs just jerk back from your table, and they're like, and then it's like smoke. That's how I saw it. But hey, you weren't. I'm not going to say you were being duped by any means. That's where you are. Me and my friend were having this conversation. Shout out. Eventually y'all are going to be like, who's Miss Sandy? I need to speak to her. And you probably do. Listen, shout out to Miss Sandy. But one of my many aunties that this soul incarnation has blessed me with. I'm really thankful. But yeah, it's this energy of, child, you don't even know near about the long game. This is a long, long game. But I've been knowing for X amount of months now you about to get yanked from this table, but I'm still going to be me, humble and grateful and thankful. Those are master keys we're working with. That's the type of master key energy. You put me anywhere at any table, I'm going to be fruitful. Okay. So I was getting something like that when it says your higher self chose this card because it's a request from the ancestors or spirits with whom you are the most comfortable to approach them and the people in your life. It doesn't say the people in your life you like. You feel what I'm saying? The people in your life, period. Okay. Just handle everything with respect and humility. Okay. And then how it is responded to will dictate accordingly. It's something like this. Offering tobacco is a sign of respect and connection for the ancestors in many cultures. Perhaps it's heard about most, often in Native American traditions, but it's also common practice for many peoples of Africa, South America, the Caribbean, and southern United States. Absolutely. When you greet spirits that support your path, remember that they can see things you cannot. Absolutely. They can make space where you have faced walls. Definitely. Yes. And they can lift you up and carry you over difficult terrain, and they know answers to important questions you haven't even thought of. Ooh, the ancestor said, if y'all don't come through, listen. Maybe you feel called to refresh your altar or to maybe just make a small dedicated space. I know I keep a dedicated space because I'm very close to my grandfather's spirit personally, but maybe that's a call for you to do that. Do you give them things they like? Maybe you could collect a little extra, you know what I mean? Or maybe you're like, I don't really practice that. Just talk to your ancestors, ask them to be close to you, and that will resonate and vibrate a frequential power, in the DNA that not only them, but many aeons and generations, I'm hearing even galactic and earthbound, you know how we vibe over here, they're all within you. And so that I'm seeing like someone's DNA, like, it's like buzzing, it's singing, it's humming. But hey, I mean, if you've got a picture and you loved your granny or whatever, or maybe you're like, I don't really know a lot of my ancestors, but I know that I came from, like, I have concrete confirmation that I came from maybe like an Appalachian folk ancestry. Maybe you do something like that. I don't know, something about ancestral honoring, right? There are people in your life who also have value and can fill in the blanks with a new perspective that you have not considered. What your situation requires now is an open mind and to acknowledge your limited knowledge or understanding in your situation. Ooh! Smack dab in the middle of a North Node in Pisces, Virgo, axis with so much going on in between. It's very Virgo to want to embody, be tangible, have a plan. And what does this mean about our routine? What do we need to put into play? What do we need to be planning ahead for? Because Virgo, what did that whole season in the harvest was, hey, wow, look at the fruit. Wow, look at the harvest. It's coming in. But you will be working so hard to make sure you put it up as best you could or cleaned out to make room to receive it so that you could be sustainable with it. Hence, I said, it's the long play, right? Why am I seeing gotcha, gotcha, something like this? But then we have that North Node in Pisces energy, Saturn dipping back into Pisces, this Piscean frequency of saying, you also have to come to places in your life. Ooh, honey, don't I know it? Shit. Where you say, hey, you know what? I did everything that I could, Spirit. I know that I'm connected and I am an embodiment of everything that is divinely sovereign. I know that. North Node of Pisces, I know that I'm connected to divine source. So there you go. All right, 222 on the clock. There you go, ancestors. I've come to the limitations of what I can do as far as my physical body and this dimensionality goes. Right? And maybe, listen, I know, shoot, hold your hand, team us, right? Okay, gang, gang. Maybe you've come to the limit of your understanding on something. And you're like, well, you know what? Yep, here I am. I'm hearing a Lil Wayne song, was it? Let it all work out. Dun, 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 dun. It's a great song. Let it all work out. Yep. The tobacco card invites you to spend more time listening. And or Spirit is saying, for some, it'll just be more time listening. But it has to do with something about silence. So maybe it's like an internal solitude, meditative type of vibe. or you're just sitting outside for you don't have earbuds in. There's actually nothing. It's just a stillness that we're starting to welcome in. Or for some, it could be listening to someone specifically. Or remember, I told you, sit back and watch. You know what I mean? Just listen. Let other people be, Lord, child. Not me talking about let other people be the talkers. Well, you would think that I would be talking like this all the time. It's actually not the case. You know, Aquarius is just depends. We're reading the room, but listening, who you're around, who you could still be respectful and not have no respect for the person. You be respecting off the sake of your ancestors and how you was told to move and what candor and integrity and character of a person you are. You know what I'm saying? Humility, humble, quiet, listening, watching people. This is the vibe. But it's not paranoia. You're just, hey, I'm just paying attention, right? You may have been too quick to dismiss someone you thought was wrong or silly. Maybe you viewed someone in the wrong way or thought someone was unworthy of your attention. I could see that being applicable for some. Again, we had that in the other card of like help coming from unexpected places, right? Keep a watchful eye out for a younger person coming into your life. They may offer you something that's needed for your situation. That doesn't mean it's something positive. Maybe they offer you something and you transmute it and everything changes. Or maybe someone comes into your life and it's a trigger point and you go, oh my gosh, I see it clearly now. It could be any of those things, right? Wow. You know, I always stay talking about, I thought we were just going to do a little check-in. It's never going to be that, Spirit said. You knew it wasn't going to be. Okay. It's my hope that we can check in throughout the week. I would really like to, if not every day, at least one more time, you know, before we get to the weekend window where we're in that full moon energy. We're doing this interesting flip. Again, I'll tell you, it's the first of the Gregorian calendar month. Hey, go do your abundance rituals, by the way. Cinnamon, all the things. Use your oils. Lots of different things you can do for that. Go do that. But, dang, I lost my train of thought. I started thinking about cinnamon. Just be mindful out there, okay, you guys? Yeah, I totally lost. I felt like I was going to say something important. Oh, yeah. So now we're doing this lunar reversal, and you can kind of read up more about it. It has to do with the flow of the cycles and whatnot. But the way that our Gregorian calendar is set up, now it feels like we're going to start having this full month kind of fall more in the beginning of the month. And it kind of feels weird. And then the new moon is more of like towards the end. So it's a weird flip of the cycle. So be mindful of that. It feels like, you know, you'll be doing things innately that feel more new moon-ish in the full moon energy, right? And vice versa. So that'll be a little change. I will be working on monthly major arcanas this week and getting those out. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me in that space. I always open that up at the end of the year. And yeah, then dang, it's going to be full moon group time. So y'all hold tight. I look forward to connecting with you guys more throughout the week. Okay, take good care. See you soon. Love you. Bye.